Hi, my name is Liz, and we have had quite a few kids in the district come down with COVID, and they've come back to school before the 14-day quarantine has expired. And I'm wondering, if they infect other children, is there legal action that can be taken?
So this is a good question. So can parents sue if another kid at school gives their kid COVID?
Boy, hearing that story gives me a little bit of chills. Every parent worries about that precise thing. And the answer is the straightest arrow to legal liability in these cases is for the parent of an infected child to sue the parent of the child who sent their kid sick to school. So this is something I think a lot of parents don't realize is a danger. If you know or even have reason to know that your child is ill, and you send them to school anyway, and that kid infects another kid, you, the parent, are going to be subject to legal liability for that illness.
So let me create this scenario. Let's say, for example, someone in your household is COVID positive, right? And so you know someone in the household is tested positive, and you don't get your kid tested, and you send your kid to school, and your kid ends up being COVID positive also and gets another kid sick, then you're liable because you had a reason to believe that it was possible that they were positive before you sent them to school.
That's exactly right. This is a pretty clear case of negligence. There aren't a whole lot of cases on the books with this particular fact scenario, but I'll tell you an analogous fact scenario where there are lots of cases on the books, and that is sexually transmitted diseases. If I know that I have a sexually transmitted disease, or that I even might have a sexually transmitted disease, and I have sex with another person without telling them, and I infect them, I am going to be liable in tort. Absolutely. There are plenty of cases showing this. And the only sort of difference here is that it's the parents who send their kid to the school, but this is a distinction without a difference. There is no question. As long as the infected child and their parents can prove that they got the disease from that child, then this is going to be a successful lawsuit. But causation is often hard to prove in these cases. But assuming they can prove it, oh yeah, this is dangerous.
Professor Jonathan Cardi from Wake Forest University Law School, thank you so much. This is great information. Hopefully, we won't need to sue people. We'd like to resolve this amicably, but it's always good to know where things settle on the side of the law. Thank you. We're living in uncertain times. It's tough to keep up with the latest medical headlines.
About the market, panicked about COVID.
And how do those headlines impact you and your family? 100,000 people died. On season 13 of The Doctors, we want to empower you physically.
If I met them at dance, they would meet me at medicine.
Man, I love that. Emotionally.
If I can change my thoughts, I can change my feelings.
And medically.
He doesn't have his mask up, which is not a good thing.
This is the million-dollar question, maybe the trillion-dollar question. This is so critical for people to hear. We're giving you the inside track on health and wellness so that you can get back to the life you deserve. It's time to take back your power. The Doctors, now more than ever. Premieres September 21st.